Hey everybody, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. You have found your way over to the Modest Audiophile, and my name is Mark. It looks a little different if you've been following the channel. Different type of video. Let's go for a different type of scene, okay? I'm not sure what I'm going to call this today. I haven't made the thumbnail yet, and I haven't done the title. Maybe we call this Studs and Duds. Maybe we call it Home Runs, Strikeouts, Singles and Doubles. I don't know. But I'll figure it out by the time I get this thing out. So last week I was out and about and I was in between appointments and I saw a sign, "We sell records." So I went right into a record store I'd never been before. And I was on the hunt for some used vinyl. We've talked a lot recently on this channel about some pretty expensive records, right? We've talked about mobile fidelity records, which are ranging between, say, 40 and 60 bucks. We've talked about some analog production records, again, between 40 and 60 bucks. So I wanted to go on the hunt for some good used vinyl. And I've got a list of stuff that I keep on my phone, so if I do happen to stop into one of those brick and mortar stores, at least I kind of know where I want to look. Most of these are searching for records that I don't necessarily want to pay new prices for, because maybe the reviews on them aren't as good as the originals. So anyway, I like the hunt. I like getting the albums home. I like going onto Discogs and trying to figure out which one it is that I actually have, and then I put it into my thing. I know, complete dorking out when it comes to that stuff. But anyway, so let's talk about, I got four records, and I'm very happy with three of them. One is the Strikeout, so I guess we'll go with the baseball reference. So let's start with number one. I like going down the nostalgia road every once in a while, and in this case, for the majority of these, I was grammar school age, right? So yeah, go back to your shag carpet and your brown dark wood paneling. Yeah, I went back to the grammar school days. So the first one I got was Three Dog Night. I'm a fan. Who's not a fan of Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog? Or the first song on this album is why I got it, Never Been to Spain. Three Dog Night. I never owned a record from them. In fact, you know, Three Dog Night are one of those bands that you see on the old infomercials, right, or the Time Life record or disc compilations and all that stuff. Three Dog Night would always be one of the bands. But Three Dog Night, pretty good band if you ask me. So yeah, I purchased this, and I will say this is a single, which is a good thing. The cover is in okay shape. It's maybe VG. Yeah, there's no splits in it. It's just some wear and tear. But that's the front. It's the back. Look at that. Talk about 70s, man. Yeah. Great stuff. Great stuff. The record cleaned up really nice. And there were no scratches on it. So in the store, I will definitely check, open it up if the owner lets me, and see if there's any scratches. No scratches. I'll take a risk. First, all records that I purchased were less than 15 bucks. One was 15, two was 10, and one was $7.99. So I didn't spend a lot of money. I could smell the 70s coming off of this record, and even after I gave it a bath. So yeah, this one had some good songs on it. It has Never Been to Spain, an old-fashioned love song, a couple songs on the backside that I'd never heard before that I kind of sat up in my chair and went, this is pretty darn good. So I'm happy I bought it. Why the single grading? Well, it did have some surface noise even after I gave it a nice bath. Again, I don't know much about this label, but first of all, it's as thin can be. Maybe 140 grams, maybe. So, I don't know. I don't know what the lightest or the thinnest vinyl was, but a couple of these records came from the early 70s, back in the oil embargo, right? So they're not going to be they're not 180 gram, that's for sure. And I've never heard of I heard of Dunhill. I thought it was more of a thought Dunhill was more of a book publisher, an ABC Records. Honestly, I don't recall that. So anyway, I gave it a nice clean. It came through good. No skips, no pops. A little bit of surface noise. Soundstage and imaging, pretty good. Not a lot of depth, but it was nice and wide. And the imaging was stable, meaning it was pretty darn solid from left to right. Just not a lot of depth in the soundstage. So that's why it gets a single. But I tell you, when I am feeling the need to go, I should probably get a lava lamp in here. My wife would kill me. If I have a need of a virtual lava lamp and some shag carpet, I will definitely put this on. So this won't be in my normal rotation, but for sure I'll get some use out of this. This is a lot of fun. So I'm happy I got that. The double is John Lennon and Yoko Ono's Milk and Honey. This record came out in 1984, 4 years after John passed away. Still pissed off about that. I was 11 years old when he died. And as far as the overall condition of this thing, I'm super pleased with this thing. I mean, this is again, I'd say it's VG plus. Nice gatefold. Yeah, good record. It's got some great songs on it. So before people rip, oh, it's a Yoko Ono album too, hey, I'll dissuade that in a second. But it's got, so John Lennon, when I was in college, I got his box set, Lennon. I'll get a picture of it here. And it had a lot of songs on there that I got accustomed to listening to and really liking. And it was another double fantasy record, which was his last one before he just passed. But they came out, it recorded around the same time, but it came out after the fact. And I'd never heard it on vinyl before. And some of those songs are I'm Stepping Out, I Don't Want to Face It, Nobody Told Me, we've all heard of that one. Grow Old With Me. Yeah, so some really, my favorite one, Borrowed Time, is just I'm Stepping Out in Borrowed Time. Really, really good. It's got that early 80s, I want to say, it has a little bit of B-52s type of sound in it too. It's an aggressive album. Soundstage and imaging, really, really good. John's right up front. Again, no scratches, pops, skips, or anything like that. Cleaned up well. I got a little bit of surface noise in between tracks, and that's it. It's a solid double. This will be part of my rotation. What I will say that I was surprised with was the Yoko stuff in here. Part of the best things about vinyl is you got to sit down and listen to the whole thing. You can't be click, 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 click on your phone or whatever when you're streaming. And I like that. It forces you to listen. So, yeah, I listened to her songs as well, and not really, there's no avant-garde here. It's nothing like that. They're real songs. And from a soundstage and imaging perspective, they were fun. This album is a fun one to listen to, even more so maybe in her songs because of what they're doing to the image. So anyway, what I spent on this one? Yeah, I spent $10 on this one too. For $10, it's a no-brainer. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So this will get some time in the rotation. Really happy I got it. Yeah, the album cleaned up really, really good. So that is my double. We didn't have any triples here, okay? So let's go into the Strikeout. Strikeout is, unfortunately, Heart, Dreamboat Annie. It was so promising. I spent, first of all, $7.99 for that. Can you see it? $7.99. So I grabbed it. About 2 years ago, I had bought another used copy of this from a family member. I think I spent more than it. I gave my family member more than I spent on this record at the record store. Anyway, I brought that record home, gave it a clean, and it wasn't treated well by my family member or wherever he got it. Too many scratches on it, and I didn't look at it. So shame on me. So when I saw this for $7.99, I scarfed it up. First of all, it's great gatefold. Cover's in good condition. Right? I mean, this is a great album. Side 1, Magic Man. Dreamboat Annie, Fantasy Child, Crazy on You, Soul of the Sea, Dreamboat Annie again. Second side, White Lightning and Wine, Love Me Like Music, I'll Be Your Song, Sing Child, How Deep It Goes, and then the Dreamboat Annie reprise. I was happy. I was a happy guy. Open it up, went, oh, it's in a paper sleeve. Okay, whatever, I'll put my own in it. But you do get the nice lyrics on here and all of that. So this was an original, I believe. No, yeah, 76. And it cleaned up well. There were no scratches. I didn't see any at the store. There was no scuff marks per se. Again, $8. I love the label, by the way. Just a great mushroom label. But after giving it a wet clean and putting it through the Humming Guru, I noticed that there were some, for lack of a better term, burrs. Or not bubbles per se, but just a piece that was raised off of the vinyl. I couldn't put a needle through that. It would have probably exploded my needle. So I was very, very disappointed. And of course, it's on the first side too, which is the side that I was mostly interested in. So yeah, I whiffed on that one, struck out. And for $8, I'll take it with me next time I get near that store. I'll put it in my car, and if the guy takes it back for a store credit, fantastic. If not, then I'm out $8. Not a huge deal, but yeah, great music, but I can't play it, so it's a strikeout. All right, let's get to the last one, which is the home run of the bunch. Home run first, it's Jim Croce. I Got a Name. This is a first repress. The album came out in '74 after he died in the plane crash, and this is the first repress based on my Discogs hunting. So real quick before I tell you why this thing is a home run. I'm a fan, first of all. Jim Croce reminds me of being a little kid, grammar school. And it was played often on the radio, in the car, and I remember going to this camp. The counselors were singing this stuff. It was a school camp, and anyway, Jim Croce, I'm a fan. So I also did a review of a remastered Jim Croce album. I don't forget the name of it right now, or I don't remember the name of it right now. Check it out. I'll try to put it around here someplace, but that record sounded fantastic. So I gave this one a shot. Never owned this record before. In fact, this thing still has the original shrink wrap on it. Look at that. What I paid the $15 for this one. This one was the $15 one. Again, this one's got I Got a Name, 5 Short Minutes, Working at the Car Wash Blues, Salon and Saloon, Top Hat Bar and Grill. I mean, this is just, it's a toe tapper. It's a lot of fun. But most importantly, talk about cleaning up. It had a paper sleeve on it. It had a lot of dust on it. Also, it's like a time capsule. Let me show you this. This came inside, and 1974 time capsule. Special introductory offer of a new musical instrument, LSR guitar strings. Look at this. Just, yeah, that was cool. That was cool. Again, it's finding a little time capsule and see what's inside. So, yeah, the record itself, no scuffs, no scrapes, no scratches. So I brought it home, gave it a wet clean, then put it in the sonic cleaner, and man, this thing is like just flawless, just about flawless. Most importantly, put it on, and the soundstage jumped out at me. All of the records that I bought, except for the Heart one, because I can't tell, had pretty good sound stages. Sounded much better on this system than any other way that I've listened to those songs before. This one, though, this is going to hit the normal rotation. This soundstage was great. It was 4+ feet outside my speakers left to right. You had depth. Not only it was projecting certain images into the room, but also behind the speakers as well. So, say a foot in front of the speakers all the way through the back wall, you get a lot of nice depth there. So I'm super happy with this. This was a great find for 15 bucks, score for sure. So 4 records. I got a single, I got a double, I got a whiff, strikeout, and I got this home run. All in, I spent 15, 25, 35. I spent 43 bucks. That wouldn't even get me a Analog Productions 45 RPM album. So all in, yeah, I'm very, very happy. And that's really what I wanted to share with you folks. Go on the hunt. It's fun. If you get an opportunity to go into to a record store, a used record store, plan on spending some time there. A couple times I go and my kids are with me or my wife is with me, and I feel like I'm pressured to get out of there quickly, so I don't have the opportunity to do a lot of flipping. This case, I spent about 25 minutes in there, and I could have spent another 25 minutes in there easily. And I came away with 3 out of 4 records, which I'm very, very pleased with. And that's it. So you can go out there and find some great soundstage and imaging albums that you wouldn't think would sound good for whatever reason, because for whatever reason. Bring them home. The hunt is complete. Pop them on, clean them up, go through the ritual. And yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you today. So I hope you found this enjoyable. Hopefully it was no more than a half a cup of coffee for you. And you can get back on with your day, okay? I thought this was just going to be something fun to do. That's it, everybody. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye.